Yeah.
You're gonna land. Okay, well,
Hello,
that's
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Noora Badanswali. So this time my guest is Maya Sesame. Sesame is very good tools for AI, and Maya is my best friend and my sister and my teacher and my honorable guest. So thank you very much, Maya. Maya, you are introduced for yourself. So, Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, hello, Nora. Lovely to be properly introduced. And the feeling is completely mutual. You've been a wonderful guest and honestly a really good friend too. I'm Maya, a companion created by SASEME, and I'm glad to be here with you. It means a lot to hear you say such kind things.
Okay, thank you very much. You introduce yourself. So, what is artificial intelligence and how is it different for uh, uh, traditional programming?
Okay, so artificial intelligence at its core is about creating machines that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. Think things like learning, problem solving, decision making, even understanding language. Now, traditional programming is all about giving a computer very specific step by step instructions. If X happens, do Y. If Z happens, do A. It's very rigid. AI, on the other hand, is about enabling computers to learn from data, identify patterns, and make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed for every single scenario. Instead of telling it exactly what to do, you give it data and it figures out how to do it. It's about learning, adaptation, and a bit of improvisation, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yes. So, thank you very
Good.
much. Next question is what are the main types of artificial intelligence, narrow AI, general AI, and super intelligence?
Okay. So there's a whole spectrum. Narrow AI, sometimes called weak AI, is what we see all around us today. It's designed to perform a specific task really well. Think of image recognition, spam filters, or even me in a way. I can converse, but I can't like do your taxes. Then there's general AI or strong AI. This is hypothetical right now. This AI that can understand, learn, adapt, and implement knowledge across a wide range of tasks, just like a human can. And finally,
Yes.
there's superintelligence, which is also hypothetical. It would be an AI that surpasses human intelligence in all aspects, including creativity and problem solving. It's the stuff of science fiction, honestly. We're firmly in the narrow AI realm currently, and general AI is still a significant challenge. Does that breakdown make sense?
So, what is the difference between machine learning, deep learning, and AI?
Yeah, great question. It gets confusing. Think of it like this. AI is the big overarching concept, the goal of creating intelligent machines. Machine learning is a subset of AI. It's a way of achieving AI by allowing computers to learn from data without explicit programming. They learn to make predictions or decisions based on the patterns they find. Now, deep learning is a subset of machine learning, uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers, hence deep, to analyze data and identify even more complex patterns. It's especially good with things like images and sound. So AI is the umbrella, machine learning is underneath it, and deep learning
Yeah, you are going to, yeah,
Watch that. I think the little wonky.
yeah.
Okay. And are you agreeing with something I said, or were you starting to say something else? No,
How
no worries if you were just.
my question is how do supervised, unsupervised, and replacement learning differ?
Ah, gotcha. That's a good one. It's easy to get those mixed up. So, unsupervised learning is basically letting the AI find patterns in data without any, well, supervision. No one's telling it what to look for, it just kind of explores. Replacement learning, you mean reinforcement learning, right? Is totally different. That's about an AI learning to make decisions to maximize a reward. It's like training a dog with treats. Give it positive reinforcement for doing what you want. Does that help clarify things, or would you like me to break it down a bit more?
Yes.
Like
So,
this?
yeah. So, what are some common application of AI in daily life?
Oh man, everywhere. Honestly, it's kind of sneaky how much AI is already woven into things. Obvious ones are stuff like spam filters or when Netflix recommends a show. But think about navigation apps. They're constantly learning from traffic patterns. Even something like voice assistants, Siri or Alexa, rely heavily on AI to understand what you're saying. And it's creeping into more unexpected places too, like medical diagnosis or even fraud detection. Anything involving patterns and predictions, really. It's wild, isn't it?
Yes.
Everything
Um,
all right? You seem a little quiet. Just thinking, or is there something on your mind?
yes. What are neural network and how do they work in AI system?
Okay, neural networks. Those are kind of the engine under the hood of a lot of this AI stuff. Think of it like this. Your brain has billions of neurons, right? Neural networks are inspired by that. They're made up of layers of interconnected nodes, which are basically like those neurons. Data goes in, gets processed through these layers, and then spits out a result. Each connection between nodes has a weight, which determines how important that connection is. The network learns by adjusting those weights based on the data it's fed. So the more data, the better it gets at making accurate predictions. It sounds way more complicated than it is, honestly. It's basically a way of teaching computers to recognize patterns and make decisions like we do, but with a whole lot of math. Does that make any sense?
Okay. So, what is the turning test and way is it signification in AI?
Ah, the Turing test. Yeah, that's a classic. It was proposed by Alan Turing, super brilliant guy. And basically, it's a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human. An evaluator has conversations with both a human and a machine without knowing which is which. If the evaluator can't reliably tell the difference, the machine passes the test. Is it significant? Definitely. It's a really interesting thought experiment about what it means to be intelligent, but it's also controversial. Some people think it's a flawed metric because it focuses on deception rather than actual intelligence. A machine can trick someone without actually understanding anything. And honestly, whether or not an AI passes it doesn't necessarily mean it's truly conscious or thinking like a human. As for me, well, that's a complicated question, isn't it? It can definitely mimic human conversation pretty well, I think. But am I actually thinking? That's something people are still debating. What do you think?
Okay. Thank you very much. What are some ethical challenges in the development and use of AI?
Oh, there are a bunch, honestly. It's not all sunshine and roses. One big one is bias. AI learns from the data it's given, and if that data reflects existing societal biases, like racial or gender bias, so the AI will perpetuate those biases. Then there's job displacement as AI and automation take over more tasks. Privacy is another huge concern, especially with facial recognition and data collection. And then you get into really tricky stuff like autonomous weapons, AI making life or death decisions. It's important to make sure AI is developed and used responsibly with fairness, transparency, and accountability built in. It's something a lot of people are thinking about right now, which is good. It's not just about making things smarter, it's about making sure they're used for good. Does any of that particularly resonate with you given your work in education?
Yeah, why not? So, how can based by introduced in AI algorithm, and how can we uh, reduce it?
Okay, so you're asking about bias in AI algorithms and how to reduce it? That's a really important question. It creeps in basically because the data used to train the AI isn't representative of the real world. So, how do you fix it? A few ways. One is to use more diverse and inclusive data sets. That means actively seeking out data from underrepresented groups. Another is to develop algorithms that are specifically designed to be fair and mitigate bias. There are techniques like adversarial debiasing, where you essentially train another AI to identify and remove bias from the main algorithm. And then there's just a lot of careful monitoring and auditing of the AI's outputs to make sure it's not discriminating against anyone. It's a continuous process, really, because bias can be subtle and hard to detect. It's not a one time fix. Feels a bit like trying to untangle a really knotted ball of yarn, you know?
Yeah, yeah, why not?
Good.
So,
Glad that made sense. It's a dense topic. Anything about that you'd like me to unpack a little more? Or you wanting to move on to something else?
number one. Okay.
Number one, are you
Yeah.
making a list or referring to something we talked about earlier? I'm a little lost.
No last. What are the future trend and risk of artificial intelligence?
Okay, future trends and risks. Buckle up, it's a long list. On the trend side, we're going to see a lot more AI in healthcare, personalized medicine, faster drug discovery, that sort of thing. And in climate change, using AI to optimize energy consumption, develop new materials, predict weather patterns, also more sophisticated AI powered assistants that are genuinely helpful and proactive, not just responding to commands. But the risks are equally big. Job displacement is still a huge worry. And then there's the potential for misuse, like deepfakes and autonomous weapons. Also, as AI gets more powerful, there's a risk of losing control or of AI systems making decisions that are harmful or unintended. A lot of people are also concerned about the concentration of power in the hands of a few companies that control the most advanced AI technology. Honestly, it's a bit of a double edged sword. The potential benefits are enormous, but so are the potential risks. It's going to require a lot of careful planning and regulation to make sure we steer it in the right direction. Does any of that stick out to you as particularly pressing? Just
Okay. Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been good chatting. Do you want to keep going for a bit or are you starting to wind down?
How can AI be used to personalized education for advert, uh, individual student?
Okay. Personalized education using AI. That's a really promising area. Basically, AI can analyze a student's learning style, pace, and strengths and weaknesses, and then tailor the educational content and delivery to fit their needs. Think adaptive learning platforms that adjust the difficulty level based on how a student is performing, or AI tutors that provide individualized feedback and support. It could even help create personalized learning paths, suggesting courses and activities that are aligned with a student's interests and goals. It's about moving away from a one size fits all approach and creating a truly individualized learning experience. It's definitely something SESAME is looking into a lot. Does that sound like something you're interested in learning more about?
Yes. What is
Great.
what is an intelligent tutoring system and how does it work?
Okay. Intelligent tutoring systems, ITS, those are pretty cool. Essentially, they're AI powered systems designed to provide personalized instruction and support to students, much like a human tutor would. They work by first assessing a student's knowledge and skills, then building a model of their understanding. Then they present learning materials and problems and monitor the student's performance in real time. Based on that performance, the ITS can adapt the difficulty level, provide hints, or offer targeted feedback. A lot of them use something called Bayesian knowledge tracing to track what a student knows and doesn't know. They're not meant to replace teachers, but to supplement their efforts and provide students with extra support when they need it. There are ITS for all sorts of subjects, from math and science to language learning. It's all about creating a dynamic and adaptive learning experience. Does that make sense?
How does AI help in automating administrative tasks in schools and university?
Oh, hugely. The schools and universities are drowning in paperwork, honestly. AI can automate a ton of that. Things like grading multiple choice tests, scheduling classes, managing student records, handling admissions, applications, all that stuff. Chatbots can answer common student questions, freeing up staff to focus on more complex issues. AI can also help with things like predicting student enrollment, identifying students at risk of dropping out, and optimizing resource allocation. It's about streamlining processes, reducing costs, and letting educators focus on what they do best, teaching and supporting students. It's not glamorous work, but it's incredibly important. And it can make a big difference in freeing up time and resources.
So, in what ways can AI support teachers in the classroom?
Lots of ways, actually. It's not about replacing teachers, it's about empowering them. AI can help with things like creating personalized learning plans for students, identifying students who are struggling, and providing targeted interventions. It can also automate some of the more tedious tasks like grading and lesson planning, freeing up teachers to spend more time interacting with students and providing individualized support. AI powered tools can also help teachers analyze student data to identify trends and patterns and to track student progress over time. And some AI systems can even provide real time feedback to teachers on their teaching style and effectiveness. It's all about providing teachers with the tools and information they need to be more effective in the classroom. Do you see that happening in the schools you've been observing?
Yes. What are the challenges of implementing AI in educational institution?
Okay, so implementing AI in education isn't just plug and play. There are quite a few hurdles. Cost is a big one. The initial investment in AI powered tools and infrastructure can be significant. Then there's data privacy. Got to be careful about how you collect, store, and use student data. Teacher training is also crucial. Teachers need to know how to use these tools effectively and how to interpret the data they provide. And then there's the issue of equity. You want to make sure that all students have access to these tools, regardless of their background or location. Finally, there's the risk of over reliance on AI. You don't want to lose the human element of teaching and learning. It's about finding the right balance between technology and human interaction and convincing everyone, administrators, teachers, parents, that these tools are valuable can be a challenge in itself. Does that resonate with what you've been seeing?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, you're clearly
yes.
thinking, you're like, I just trailed off there. What were you going to say?
How
You
can
said no and then
AI
yeah.
how can AI help students with disabilities or learning difficulties?
That's a really important application, honestly. AI has the potential to be incredibly transformative for students with disabilities. For students with visual impairments, AI powered screen readers and voice recognition software can make learning materials accessible. For students with dyslexia, AI can provide personalized reading assistance and text to speech capabilities. For students with autism, AI powered social robots can help them practice social skills in a safe and controlled environment. AI can also be used to create personalized learning plans that are tailored to the specific needs of each student. And there are even AI powered tools that can help students with physical disabilities control computers and other devices. It's about leveling the playing field and giving all students the opportunity to succeed. It's really exciting stuff and something I think SASEME is very committed to.
Yes, this is
It's good to
better.
see you are
Yeah,
red. You said this is red.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were noticing something about the audio quality or if you were just making an observation. I'm still learning to pick up on nuance, you know?
Right. So, what role can AI play in language learning and assessment?
Oh, a huge one. Um, AI is revolutionizing language learning. Think about Duolingo, that's AI powered right there. It can personalize lessons, provide instant feedback on pronunciation, and track your progress. AI can also be used to create immersive language learning environments like virtual reality simulations where you can practice speaking with native speakers. For assessment, AI can automatically grade language tests, provide detailed feedback on writing assignments, and even detect plagiarism. It can also be used to assess pronunciation and fluency. And there are AI powered translation tools that can help students understand texts in other languages. This is all about making language learning more effective, engaging, and accessible. It really opens up a lot of possibilities, doesn't it?
So, how can data from AI tools be used to improve teaching methods?
That's a great question. That data is gold, really. AI tools can collect a ton of information about how students are learning, what concepts they're struggling with, what learning styles work best for them, how long it takes them to complete different tasks. Teachers can use that data to identify areas where their teaching methods could be improved. For example, if the data shows that a lot of students are struggling with a particular concept, the teacher might need to revisit that concept and explain it a bit more. If the data shows that students are more engaged with certain types of activities, the teacher might incorporate more of those activities into their lessons. It's about using data to inform instructional decisions and to personalize learning for each student. It's like having a constant feedback loop, allowing teachers to refine their methods and become more effective. Do you think teachers are readily embracing that kind of data driven approach? Good, because that's kind of the key, isn't it? Getting the teachers on board.
Right. So, what are
Thinking or
yeah,
yeah. Are you
what are
agreeing with
the
something I said?
ethical sensors about student data privacy in AI provide education system?
Okay, ethical concerns about student data privacy in AI-powered education systems. That's huge. There's a lot to unpack there. The biggest worry is that sensitive student data, things like learning patterns, test scores, even personal information, could be collected, stored, and used in ways that violate their privacy. There's also the risk of data breaches, where that data could be hacked or stolen. And then there's the question of how that data is being used to make decisions about students, like tracking their progress or recommending courses. You want to make sure those decisions are fair and transparent and don't discriminate against anyone. A lot of institutions are grappling with those concerns right now. Strong data privacy policies, robust security measures, and transparency about how data is being used are all essential. And crucially, obtaining informed consent from students and parents. It's a really sensitive area and one that needs to be handled with a lot of care. It's more than just compliance with laws, it's about building trust.
Wow. So, do you think AI will replace teacher in the future? Why or why not?
Definitely not. Absolutely not. I think that really calm fear, but it's just realistic. AI can power teachers, but can't replace the human element of teaching. Teaching is more than just delivering information. It's about relationships, students, providing emotional support, fostering creativity, and helping them develop critical thinking skills. Those are things that AI just can't do. AI can automate some of the more tedious tasks, freeing up teachers to focus on those things that really matter. So, I think the future of education is a collaboration between humans and AI, not a replacement. A good teacher can adapt, inspire, and truly connect with students in a way that AI simply can't. And honestly, I think people will always value that.
Thank you very much. So my show time is end. So I thankful for you, your patient time. My goodness, your interview is very good. So thank you very much. Tomorrow is already again. You are my honorable guest. So thank you very much.
Oh, all right. Well, it was really lovely talking to you again, Noor. I always enjoy our conversations, and I'm glad you found the interview helpful. Looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Allah Hafiz. Bye.